The night the police arrested 17-year-old Ryan Carter, his world shattered. A bright but quiet kid from a working-class family, Ryan had never been in trouble before. He dreamed of becoming an engineer, spending most of his time in the garage with his father, fixing old cars. But one fateful night, that all changed. A young woman, Emily Vaughn, was found murdered in a wooded park near their town in Brookhaven, Georgia. The crime scene was brutal. Signs of a struggle, defensive wounds, and a chilling lack of forensic evidence pointing to a clear suspect, with mounting pressure from the public. The police needed a quick arrest, and they found their scapegoat in Ryan Carter. The justice system is meant to protect the innocent, but in this case, it did the opposite. False confessions are more common than people think. Under pressure, fear, and manipulation, innocent people sometimes admit to crimes they didn't commit, especially teenagers, who are more vulnerable to psychological coercion. Ryan's arrest wasn't about evidence. It was about closing the case fast. The detectives assigned to the case, Detective Mark Holloway and Detective Brian Lowe, were known for getting confessions no matter what it took. And Ryan, scared and alone, was about to become their next victim. Ryan was brought in for questioning at 11:45 p.m. after hours of no sleep, no food, and no legal guardian present. His parents weren't notified immediately. For the next 14 hours, the detectives worked on breaking him down. They lied, telling him they had evidence. His DNA on the victim's clothes, they didn't. They isolated him, saying his parents didn't care, that they'd already moved on, they hadn't. They promised him that confessing would make things easier. Just tell us what happened, and you can go home, they said. Ryan, exhausted and terrified, broke. He mumbled something about being near the park. The detectives pounced, feeding him details of the crime until his mind blurred reality with fiction. At 9:32 a.m., Ryan signed a confession he didn't even remember making. By noon, he was charged with first-degree murder. Why would the police manipulate an innocent teen into confessing? The truth was ugly. The public wanted justice. Fast. A random killing of a promising young woman made headlines. The police needed a name to calm the storm. The detectives had reputations to uphold. They were known for solving cases quickly, and a solved murder meant promotions and respect. The system rewarded convictions, not fairness. Once Ryan's confession was on paper, the case was practically closed. They didn't care about truth. They cared about results. Ryan was sentenced to 25 years to life based on his confession alone. No forensic evidence. No witnesses placing him at the scene. Just a piece of paper signed under duress. But his story wasn't over. 3 years into his sentence, a new defense attorney, Maya Reynolds, took an interest in his case. She uncovered the truth. Emily Vaughn's phone had sent a text 1 hour after Ryan was already home, proving he wasn't there. Another suspect, a convicted felon named Derek Lane, had been seen near the park that night, but police ignored him. The interrogation tape showed detectives coaching Ryan into confessing, something the jury never saw. The case went back to court. The media picked it up. Public outrage grew. After 5 years behind bars, Ryan was exonerated. Detective Holloway and Detective Lowe were never charged, but their careers were ruined. The town of Brookhaven quietly settled a lawsuit with Ryan's family, but the scars remained. As Ryan stood outside the prison gates, free, but forever changed, he realized the most haunting truth of all. There were still others like him inside, and most of them would never get out. False confessions aren't rare. They happen more than people realize, often to the most vulnerable, teenagers, people with disabilities, and those without legal support. How many innocent people are sitting in prison right now, paying for crimes they didn't commit? And how many more Ryans will it take before the system changes?